Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Rizky Akbar, and this is the 20th country, namely Jumhuri Tajikistan or Republic of Tajikistan. Let's talk about history a little bit. The disintegration of the Soviet Union in 1991 led to the somewhat reluctant declaration of full independence on September 9, 1991. Once independence was achieved, turmoil degenerating into civil war plagued the new country. Communists fought to retain power in the face of opposition from an alliance of Islamic and democratic forces. The presidential election of November 1991 was won by Tajikistan's former communist strongman Rahman Nabiev, and in March 1992, massive non-violent demonstrations protesting his dismissal of opposition elements began in Dushanbe, which is the capital city of Tajikistan now. Opposition forces drove Nabie from office in September and briefly took power. But by November, a government led by Emomali Rahmanov, backed by Russian troops, had regained control, ending the first phase of the civil war. By the mid-1990s, the fighting had left tens of thousands dead and had displaced more than a half million people. In 1994, government and rebel elements reached a tenuous ceasefire, and Rahmanov was subsequently elected president. Sporadic fighting continued until June 1997, when a peace agreement brokered by the United Nations, Russia and Iran essentially ended the war and produced some order in the strife that had characterized much of Tajik life since the country's independence. So this country wasn't colonized but encountered a civil war. Moving on to the meaning of the flag. The flag of Tajikistan is a tricolor of red, white, and green. The red represents the unity of the nation as well as victory and sunrise. The red also serves as symbolism of the former Russian and Soviet eras, the workers and the warriors who sacrificed their lives to protect the land. The white represents purity, morality, the snow and ice of the mountains, and cotton. The green represents the bountiful generosity of nature, fertile valleys, the religion of Islam, and the celebration of Nowruz. Before moving on to the next page, here is some fun fact about Tajikistan, that this country has two flags, which the second flag is the standard of the President of Tajikistan. The standard of the President of Tajikistan was introduced in 2006 on the occasion of the inauguration ceremony for the third term of Emomali Rahman as head of state. It uses the Tajik tricolor charged with a depiction of the Vclass, the Sassanid royal standard. Inside the Vclass is a depiction of a winged lion against a blue sky under a smaller representation of the crown and 7 stars. Let's talk about geography. Republic of Tajikistan is a splinter state of the Soviet Union in Central Asia, bordering Afghanistan in the south, the People's Republic of China in the east, Kyrgyzstan in the north, and Uzbekistan in the west. Tajikistan somehow is the smallest country in Central Asia and landlocked. The President. Tajikistan is officially a republic and holds elections for the presidency and parliament operating under a presidential system. It is, however, a dominant party system where the People's Democratic Party of Tajikistan routinely has a vast majority in parliament. Emomali Rahman has held the office of President of Tajikistan continuously since November 1994. The Prime Minister is Khokhir Rasulzoda, the first Deputy Prime Minister is Madlub Khan Davlatov, and the two Deputy Prime Ministers are Murad Ali Alimardan and Rukia Kurbanova. Now moving on to the population. The area's population is ethnically mixed as it has been for centuries, but more than 4/5 of the population is ethnically Tajik. Citizens of Tajikistan, regardless of ethnicity, are referred to as Tajikistanis. According to Britannica.com, they estimated the Tajikistan population around 9,221,000 people. On the left side, we have a chart that shows us ethnic composition in 2010 according to Britannica. That shows us in this chart with the light purple is Tajik with 84.3%, followed by the red Uzbek with 12.2%, followed by Kyrgyz with 0.8, Russian 0.5, and other or unclassified with 2.2%. Cuisine. Tajik cuisine has much in common with Uzbek, Afghan, Russian, and Iranian. It is known for the dishes such as Kabuli Pulao. It is shown in the top left corner, Kobili Palau, bottom left corner, and Samanu. The national food and drink are plov and green tea, respectively. It is in the middle. The traditional Tajikistani meals begin with small dishes of dried fruit, nuts, and halwa, followed by soup and meat, and finished with plov. Tea accompanies every meal and is often served between meals as a gesture of hospitality. It is often drunk unsweetened. Tajik cuisine offers a large variety of fruit, meat, and soup dishes. On the right top corner, it is the image of halwa. The bottom right corner is kinds of dried fruit in Tajikistan. Moving on to the traditional clothes. The traditional dress of the Tajik woman is long shapeless attire prepared with brilliant and showy color patterns along with the matching pants. The dress is usually accompanied with embroidered traditional shoes. Some women also use scarf or hijab in order to cover their head or neck. The picture of the woman traditional dress in Tajikistan is on the left. Move on with the man traditional dress. Toki Kalapus or school cap is a traditional part of the national Tajik costume. The most popular are chusti, man's black and white school caps with bottoms or almond or kalam furs or capsicum, embroidered on white silk. And rumol is man's cotton waist kerchief, decorated with embroidery of various colors by basma stitch or double-sided satin stitch. Patterns of floriated nature resembling Arab script predominate mainly on them. Next is the traditional dances. Here we have two traditional dances from Tajikistan. First is Girl with a Jug. Is especially commonly danced in Pamir region of Tajikistan. This dance consists of two parts. The first part is a moderate, smooth and calm one. The girl with a jug on the shoulder goes down to a spring where he fills the jug with water. Then she washes her hands and face, drinks water, moistens and smooths the hair with wet hands. It is the top one. Girl with a Jug is the top one. The second is the Eagle Dance, typical melody measure of 7/80s, 6/80s, 5/80s. Creates the feeling of eagle bangling in the sky. The people of senior generation pay special attention to make the body graceful and the performance agile and plastic in the eagle dance. Male dancers move freely and gracefully, hyperbolizing the movements performed. The woman dance also more freely and gracefully. The eagle dance is shown on the bottom picture. Moving on to the annual festival. Tajikistan has many annual festivals. The most interesting is this three list. Two. Sorry. Oh no, three winner. Right, three. First is Navroz, March 21. In Tajikistan, it is celebrated with holiday dishes such as plaf and the labor-intensive sumalak, prepared only by women stirring the pot day and night, chatting, singing, and dancing. Dushanbe holds celebrations, and Hisar is the locus of a big Buzkashi and Gush Tingeri, or local brand of wrestling festival. The second is Roof of the World Festival, or Bam-i Dunya, somewhere in July, held in Coral City Park. This is a celebration of Pamiri customs as well as an international song and dance festival with artists from all over Central Asia. At Chabish, the last is at Chabish, held in Murgab around July. The At Chabish festival features a long-distance horse race, buskazi and other horse games, concerts, poetry contest, handicrafts exhibition, youth village, and more, celebrating Kyrgyz heritage in the Pamirs. Moving on to the destination. There are three interesting destinations or tourist attract. The first is Iskandarkul Lake. Iskandarkul Lake is quite popular among tourists because of its scenic value. The lake is not far away from Dushanbe as the distance is only 134 km. Iskandarkul Lake is shown in the left. Pamir Highway. Pamir Highway nowadays the road is shaky, only partly paved, and it offers an amazing experience for cyclists and road trip lovers. Here, it is true what they say about a journey being more important than the destination. It is shown in the center image. The last is Fan Mountains. It is on the right. The Fan Mountains attract alpinists the world over, but especially those from the former CIS nations. You can go for short hikes along the valleys, wander beside mountain lakes, or stroll through remote village. Next is the accommodations, a place where you can stay when you visit this beautiful country. Located in Dushanbe, Hotel Courage provides accommodation with free Wi-Fi and free private parking, with continental and halal breakfast options are available daily at the bed and breakfast with airport shuttle service. What an interesting service. A terrace can be found at Hotel Courage along with a shared lounge. The estimated price for staying one night is about 323.49 Somoni, Tajikistan, or 476 Indonesian rupiah. Next is transportations. Tajikistan has two national carriers. First Tajik Air and the new private airline Salmon Air. To get to Dushanbe, you will most likely have to stop over in Dubai, Istanbul, numerous cities across Russia, and other destinations within Central Asia such as Bishkek, Almaty, and Urumqi. First of all, unfortunately, there are no flights from Jakarta. You have to go to Bali to be able to go to Tajikistan. You will make three stops in Singapore, New Delhi, and Afghanistan. It will cost you around 13,864 Somoni, Tajikistan, or 20,892,687 Indonesian rupiah, and it's only a one-way trip. The estimated arrival time is about 13 hours. Sup, that's it. The last slide of this simple and short presentation about Tajikistan. Thank you for listening. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.